Okay, I want to do a quick video on how to put some of the stuff that you have to do in the calculator. This is simplifying. If you have to simplify something and then pick from the multiple choice, as you can see in number 3, I already have the answer picked out. But if you want to figure out which one of these is right, I think my calculator just died. You're going to try kind of I think you probably learned it in Algebra 1. But I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to take this calculator, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to take the number 3, and I picked the number 3 because it's the first number I won't have complications with. For instance, 1, when you square it, you still get 1. 2, when you square it, you still get 4, and so 2 plus 2 and 2 times 2 are the same. And so I'm trying to avoid things like that. So I picked the first number as being 3, and I put in 3. I hit the store button. I think the video will show you that anyway. And then I picked X and I hit enter. And I make sure that X is equal to 3. And I'll do the same thing for if I want it. Now, even though I'm using Y here, I could technically put in um, X everywhere I see a Y, and so I could, in theory. Well, let me do the one down here. Let me just. I'm getting tired, so I'm getting kind of punchy. But all right, so let's make Y something. So let's make Y 5. So 5 store. And then Y is, I can't even tell where the alphabet is. I think, oh, it's right there. So I'm going to hit alpha Y. Enter. Now the cool thing is, I don't know if it'll let me do it. Okay, it'll verify it by putting it down here. Now all I have to do is type this entire thing using X's and Y's, and I'll get an answer. I'll get a number, but I'll get an answer. And then what you do is then you go through each choice, and yes, is it painful? Yes, it is, but at least you're guaranteed to get it right. So let me show you. Let me type this one in, this fun one. So let's try it. So I put in X math number 4. I put Y in, alpha Y, close it up, and then raise to the -3. Okay, and then, oh, excuse me, -2. That will mess up everything. Okay, I will get that answer. I don't care what it is yet. Divided by parentheses X to the, I think I got a -1 here, X to the -1, and then Y, alpha Y, and I get, now I hit math enter just because I'm going to try to do that first. Okay, it doesn't let me do that, but at least I have 0.0227996 yada yada yada. I don't really care. I might jot that down on my scrap paper. But now watch what happens when I type in the answer just to show you that it does work. 1 divided by parentheses X Y, the cube root of Y squared, parentheses, I think I got all that. Yeah, hit enter, and look, same exact decimal. If I were to put any of these other ones in, I'm not going to get the exact same decimal. So is it painful? Yes, but at least you're guaranteed to get the right answer. And that's the key. So any of these simplifying questions, you can literally plug in the answer with X's and Y's or whatever letter you want. And then painfully plug in each one of these until you get the same decimal. And that's how I would get out of all these simplifying questions if I have multiple choice. Okay, so let's say I have, let's see if my calculator still works, does it? Okay, now let's say I'm going to do an equation. Equations are, let's say I have to solve this one, because this one, when we practiced it, was fill in the blank. So I'm going to go to Y1. I'm going to type in the left side. Looks a little bit painful, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put in 48 plus, remember to close the square root, otherwise this square root will go over that square root and you'll get some evil answers. 27. Okay, I put that in the calculator. And then on this one, I'm going to type on the left, so the left side goes in y1 and the right side goes in y2. Alright, I'm going to hit the square root 48 plus 27. This time I want it to have both of those numbers in, plus the square root of, now I only have, remember you only have control over x, so you want to make x instead of n. Alright, I'm going to go to my table, and I'm going to hopefully find a number that makes this equation, the left side, which is y1, equal to the y2. So I'm going to keep on going there, and hopefully I get, and look at that, right there, these two values are equal, therefore 12 is the correct answer, and I write in the number 12. You could try if it graphs. I don't know if it'll graph it or not. No, well maybe. Let's try it just to see if I can do it. Zoom. Nope, I want to zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, I can see an intersection, so I'm going to pick in. I'm going to pick second calc. Pick intersect number 5. Okay, as long as it jumps on the curve. Now, because square roots are a little tricky, I'm going to move a little bit further in there so I can see that it's definitely going to jump when I go from one to the other. Guessing, I don't really care. Look, 12. Instantly, 12 is the answer. So sometimes you can do it with graphs, sometimes you can do it with tables, but either way, you can solve equations without doing any algebra. So I hope that helped.